Hello, I just wanted to thank you so much to all of you who signed up to serve and are taking the time to watch this video and that are going to be there on Sunday serving your hearts out. I'm so excited that we get to do this. We get to love in our community. We get to bless them with food and groceries and some personal need items, and it's going to be amazing. Now, don't be afraid of the length of this video. I know it's long starting out, but you don't have to watch the whole thing. Starting out, I'm going to share a little bit that it's for everybody. And then at some point here in a few minutes, I'll let you know that you can skip ahead. And what I'll do, just like I did last year, is in the description below, I will make timestamps of the positions that people are serving in so that you can skip ahead to that. So for example, if you're a personal shopper, you can listen to the part that's for everybody. When I say skip ahead, look in the description box below where it says personal shopper. There'll be a time marked there, and then you can just skip ahead to that and watch that part. So then you don't have to listen to the whole video. It'll be a little bit quicker for you. And I am attaching in the email I'm sending out a list of what I have everybody scheduled for, the position that you are plugged into. So make sure you look through that list before you watch the video to see where you're at, and we'll go from there. It's gonna be good. Okay, so this part is for everyone. Hang tight, listen to this, and in a few moments I'll let you know when you can skip ahead. But the event is this Sunday. It's coming up so quick. It's gonna be at 1 p.m. at our South Campus. It is not gonna be next door at Midway like it was last year. There's construction going on, so we moved it down to South Campus. It's at 1 p.m. and that address is 1284 North Cedar Road in Mason. It's about 2 miles south of the church on the same road. So when you pull out of the church, you turn right and you just head south for about 2 miles. You go through the roundabout, and then it'll be just a little ways down on your left side. Now, in an ideal world, I would love for all of our volunteers to attend the first gathering so that you all can be down at the South Campus, ready to go, locked in your positions at 12:30. People will start arriving probably sometime around 12:45, and I'd like everybody to be ready to receive them when our guests arrive. Now, if you absolutely have to attend the second gathering, please, just the second the church gets out, please just bust down to the South Campus. Please do not wait around. I really need people ready to go to receive our guests. When you arrive at South Campus, do not park in the South Campus parking lot. We want to save that spot for our guests because there's very few parking spots in there. So volunteers, we are asking you to park in the building that is just past South Campus. It's on the same side of the road, and if you're looking at South Campus, it's the building to the right. So park over there, and then you can just walk over. It's right next door. It's very simple. If for any reason that those parking spots are filled up, you can park at Schramm Auto, which is across the street from South Campus. But please, let's leave South Campus parking lot available for our guests. Now, please remember that these are just that. They are our guests, and so we want to treat them like royalty. From the time they pull into the parking lot and our greeters are welcoming them, to them going through the food line with our personal shoppers, to our car team taking their groceries to the car, and everything in between, we want them to feel so loved and so blessed. So just make sure you're making eye contact with them, smile with them, talk to them, ask them questions, just make them feel like they are our family. You guys do an amazing job of this on Sunday mornings at church, so I have all the confidence you're gonna do just as amazing job with our guests here at the grocery giveaway. So I can't remember if I mentioned it, but it is our second annual grocery giveaway, meaning this is our second year we've done this. Now, we have a little bit of experience with it, but we are partnering with the Greater Lansing Food Bank this year, which we did not last year, and it's at a totally different location. So this is still gonna feel a little bit like a first for us, so I just ask that you all remain patient with me. If you are in a position and you feel like there's too many people doing one job and you don't have much to do, come and talk to me. I will definitely try to find a place for you to be where you are feeling more productive. And same with if it feels like, man, we need more people in this position, we're running behind or feeling stressed about it, communicate with me so I can get people locked into the right places. It's very likely that we might have to do some shuffling around, and it's also possible that there might be times where there's just nobody there at that time, and so we just kind of have to hang out and wait. And I know that can feel a little bit frustrating if you're not doing much, but I think if we just come in with the mentality that we're just waiting for our guests to come because we just want to serve them and love them when they do come, and You know, even if only one family comes, we want them to feel so loved and so appreciated, and that's what we're gonna do. So come, have a heart for serving, be ready, be excited, be pumped up, and be patient and flexible. And lastly, if you're watching this video and you realize, oh no, I cannot do that position on Sunday, or I can't even come on Sunday, something's come up, please just let me know ASAP so that I can get somebody plugged into that position. You can contact me through email, which is awarner@journeylifechurch.com. You can call the church, which is 517-694-1002, or you can even text me on my personal cell phone, which is 517-402-6428. Don't care how you reach out to me, just let me know if for some reason you're unavailable to do the position that you signed up for. Also, if you have any questions at all, have any confusion, please just reach out to me. I will be happy to explain things to you and make sure that you feel confident going in to serving on Sunday. So I just want to thank you all again so much for serving. I know that this is going to be incredible. I'm excited, come pumped up, and ready to love on our community. Now this is the time where you can look below, find your position, and skip ahead to that and find out all about your position, all the information and the details. Thanks again, guys. So if you signed up for setup, that is going to be Saturday morning at 10 a.m. at the South Campus. Again, that's 1284 North Cedar Road in Mason. If you show up there, just be ready to work. The pallets with all of the food for the groceries will have already been delivered the day before. I know we're getting food for about 50 families. So our jobs on that day is going to be set up tables for the groceries. We'll be setting up round tables for people to eat their lunch at, and we'll be setting up like an info booth table. So it's mostly just gonna be setting up tables and chairs, and then we will be setting out the food on the tables because we want it to be completely ready when we leave Saturday. We will also be setting up the Gaga ball pit as well, so that if anybody brings their children, whether it's the volunteers or our guests that are coming, we're gonna have some activities for the kids to do outside. It's gonna be a beautiful day. I'm not exactly sure how long this is gonna take on Saturday morning. I would plan at least 1 hour, could be a little bit more, but we'll just bust through it. And it also depends on if everybody shows up. If everybody shows up that signed up, we should be able to knock it out in a good amount of time. So thank you, setup crew. I'm excited to set up with you guys on Saturday morning. Parking lot greeters. So thank you so much for serving. Your job is going to be simple, but it's going to be important. You are basically the first face that our guests are going to see when they pull up. You are going to have a huge smile on your face. You're going to say, welcome to our grocery giveaway. We're so excited you're here. And then you're going to direct them where to go. It's going to be pretty obvious. The line, they will start and they will go through the door that's closest to the kitchen. All this I will show you guys on Sunday morning too. So if you're like, it's not making complete sense, it will once you get there. You're also going to encourage them to go through the grocery line before they eat lunch. And this is because the groceries are first come, first serve. So I'd hate for us to run out of something while they're eating lunch. Thank you guys so much for greeting our guests. Prayer team, thank you guys so much for praying for our guests. I'm so excited we get to do this. Now you guys are going to be some of the first people that our guests see as well. You're going to be at the beginning of the grocery line. And now we are working with the Greater Lansing Food Bank this year, and they have an intake form that is required for the guests to fill out in order for them to receive the groceries. Now they're going to have a representative there, and they will deal with that portion from what I understand. If that changes, I'll let you guys know. We have, Journey Life Church has our own card. It's the same one from last year that we're gonna ask guests to fill out as well. It just has their information on it, name, email, phone number, and there's a spot for a prayer request as well. If you can get them to fill that out, that would be amazing. It's not required to get groceries. Now, I want you guys to ask if you can pray for them right there on the spot before they even go through and get their groceries. We don't want to be pushy, and it's not required, but we want to love on them in that way if we can. I believe that God is going to do some really cool things through prayer this Sunday. So make sure you ask if you can pray for them. Just a couple quick things to keep in mind. I know you guys know this, but just as a reminder, try to keep prayers kind of short. We don't want to make people feel like, okay, come on, like let's get this over with. No praying in tongues, at least where they can hear you, because that would probably make them feel real uncomfortable and confused, and it's hard to receive from Jesus when you're really uncomfortable. So make sure no praying in tongues, and just make sure that you ask them if you can put your hands on them if that's what you feel like you want to do before doing it. Thank you guys so much. I know you know this stuff. I love you guys. It's going to be so good. My bag people, so you guys have an important job. We are going to have Journey Life Church reusable bags that are going to be stacked on a table at the beginning of the food line. Your job is just going to be pulling them, opening them, putting a card in there that has information about our gatherings, and then making sure to hand one to each of the personal shoppers as they take the guests through. So thank you guys for doing this. It's an important job and we appreciate you. Table leaders, you guys will be at the tables that have the groceries on them, and the way I foresee it happening is like we did last year, where we had each item on a table, so that as the guests come through, for example, say it's boxes of macaroni and cheese on one table, your job is to welcome them, say hi, so glad you're here, and then let them know how many of each item they can take from your table. Thank you for doing this position. It's important and I appreciate you guys. The other thing that you will need to keep in mind is that we will have people that are hanging out our restocking team. If you notice your table is getting low of any item, just make sure you grab them, holler over to them, hey, I need some more macaroni and cheese boxes. They're gonna be keeping an eye on tables too, so hopefully you won't even have to do that. They'll just know. But just be aware that we do have people in place to help restock your table if it gets low. And I will make sure you guys know who the restocking team is on Sunday morning. Thanks again, guys. Personal shoppers. This is a fun job. You get to greet them at the beginning of the line. Make sure you say hi, introduce yourself, tell them you're so glad that they're here, and then you're going to take their bag for them if they'll allow you to. I mean, don't fight with them about it. If they want to carry their own bag, it's fine, but it's just another way for us to kind of do things with excellence. If they will allow you, take their bag and then just walk through the food line with them. You can help them communicate with the table leader as to if there's a question about how many items they can take. And then as the table leader or you guys can place the items in the bag and just carry it for them, kind of walk through them with that as well. We just want them to feel so blessed and comfortable with the interaction that they have with us. So thank you guys. You guys are gonna crush it. The restocking team. So your job is going to be to restock the food on the food tables. If you notice anything getting low, just make sure you grab some more of that food and replenish it on the food tables. The table leaders will also be obviously keeping an eye out for when their tables are getting low, so they might holler over to you, hey, I need some more macaroni and cheese boxes or whatever it is. So table leaders and the restocking team, you guys will be communicating, but if you can just be proactive and keep an eye out for as the tables get low with food, just restock them. Thank you guys so much for your help with us. The car team. You guys have a fun job. You will be at the end of the food grocery line and you will say, hey, I would love to take your groceries to your car for you if that's okay. If they say yes, you're going to take their bags and just walk them to their car, put them in their trunk or back seat or wherever they want those groceries. Now they're only gonna have 1 or 2 bags, so it's not like it's something they can't do themselves, but again, it's just a way that we wanna show excellence and we just wanna treat them like they're royalty. So we want to just go above and beyond what seems necessary. So as you're walking them to the car, just say, hey, are you having a great day? How's your summer going? Just do some small talk with them and put their groceries away for them. And then just make sure that you remind them, okay, now you got to come back and have lunch. We have lunch available and ready for you. There's no charge, and just direct them to where the lunch is. It's very simple and it'll be very obvious where the food is, but we'll make sure that you guys know where everything is at on Sunday before your guests get there. Thank you, car team. Lunch team. So you guys will be helping Blake Kane. He's going to be grilling the hot dogs. What your guys' jobs will be is to assist him with whatever he needs, but that will look like wrapping the hot dogs in tin foil, putting chips out, making sure that the coolers have ice and restocking them with water and soda, making sure the condiments are out, and of course just like cleaning up the table if it gets messy or the condiment wrappers get left there. Just make sure you're wiping it down and that everything stays replenished. and clean and just doing whatever it is that Blake needs you to do. Now, he's going to get over there, I believe, around noon and start to grill ahead of time so that when guests start arriving at about 12:45, we already have a good amount of hot dogs cooked and ready to go. If any of you are available to get over there as soon as possible around noon, that would be fantastic, because then you can start to wrap the hot dogs in foil as he grills them. So if you can get there a little early, it'd be super appreciated. Thank you so much to our lunch team. Our table bussers, this is pretty much just how it sounds. Your job is going to be kind of hanging out, walking around as people finish with their food. Ask if you can take their plates, throw them away for them, napkins, see if they need another drink if you notice their water or their soda is getting low, and just feel free to interact with the guests. Like, it's totally okay to sit down and chat with somebody, ask them how their summer is going, just make small talk with them. That is absolutely acceptable and very much encouraged. Talk to them, love on them. And then just be wiping tables down and making sure that tables are clean and ready for more guests to come in. So if you guys could be doing that, that would be fantastic. We'll have spray bottles and either rags or paper towel available for you guys just to kind of be grabbing and cleaning as you go. Thanks so much. For the JLC info table, we're just gonna have some pamphlets and brochures and information sat out on that table. So if any of our guests come over and are asking about the church, your job is just to give them basic information, things like we have 2 gatherings on Sunday morning at 9 and 11 a.m. Let them know about Real Life is Wednesdays at 7 p.m. if they have 6th through 12th graders. You can let them know about our life groups if they're interested in that, and life group information, as well as almost everything else, can be found on our website, which is journeylifechurch.com. If you have that basic information, you should be pretty well set. And if you have any other deeper questions, just feel free to grab one of the staff. You can grab Pastor Jared, you can grab Blake, Pastor Angela, Pastor Vanessa, myself, Cam, Dave, any of us staff will be happy to answer any questions that you are unsure of the answer. Thank you so much for helping out at the info booth. To our follow-up callers, thank you so much for helping out with this. Basically, what it's going to look like is Monday or Tuesday of next week, I'm going to be putting a list of names and phone numbers and the prayer request from the cards that people filled out onto the drive. I will share that with you, and I will give each of our callers a list. Last time it was about 10 calls each they had to make. And to be honest, a lot of people didn't answer the phone. They just ended up leaving messages. But there were a few that they did get through, and it was impactful. So we want to follow up with the people that came through, invite them to church on Sunday, let them know we have gatherings at 9 and 11 a.m., remind them where our church is located, because you have to remember we're going to be at South Campus, not at our church. So you can let them know our address is 2289 Cedar Street in Holt. And also make sure that you ask if you can pray for them again, especially if they filled out something on their form that they needed prayer for. Ask them how that's going. Ask if you can pray for them again. If they didn't have any prayer requests to begin with, ask if you can just pray a blessing over them. It's just really important that we follow up with them and invite them to church. So thank you guys for doing the follow-up calls. Teardown crew, you guys are super important as well. This will probably start somewhere around 3 p.m. on Sunday, and it's just gonna be cleaning up the tables, taking down all of the tables, putting the chairs away. If we have remaining food, we're gonna try to distribute it to any of our volunteers. We may put it in a pile to give to Building 21 kids, but we're just gonna clean up and have it be ready for use for the following day when Building 21 is in that building. So your job's really important. We need you guys. We're so excited that you're gonna help us tear down, because it's super important. So thank you, Teardown crew. If you are an overachiever and you stayed around and watched the whole video, good job. You're my kind of person. Thank you for watching the whole video. And if you know of anybody that didn't sign up that might still be interested in helping on Sunday, tell them to reach out to me. I still need a few helpers. I need personal shoppers, and then there's a few other random things that I need as well. So basically, probably the biggest thing is just to be what I would call a floater, where I can just plug them in wherever is needed. So if you know anybody that hasn't signed up, tell them to reach out to me, because I still need some help as well. So thank you guys for your help with this. I am so excited to serve with you all on Sunday. We're gonna make an impact, and it's gonna be good.